What's going on? It's Sam. I'm a bit under the weather right now, but hopefully I'll get better. So if I cough, I apologize. But yeah. So today we got a interesting, interesting video. So let's start off by saying that when I grew up as a child, I wasn't really religious and stuff. Um, my parents are Pentecostal. I'm Pentecostal, but like it was church and religion for me at that time was one of those, yeah, like we just have to just go about our day and just I have to what's the word, like it was just a Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to go home and play games. Parents are telling me to go to church, so I have to. It was like I was a bit reluctant. um I never read the Bible, like read the Bible. Like now that I've now here I am now where I think I could read more complex pieces. I never sat down and read the Bible. And I know I'm a Christian Pentecostal, but I visited a campus ministry in the school, and this is what they gave me: the New American Bible for Catholics. So this is a Catholic Bible, so I definitely didn't read it. And during that time, I was like, because it's hard to encompass. It's hard to encompass the entire Bible in one reading or one sitting. So I mentioned that in campus ministry, and it was just like, it's not really a possible to just like understand the Bible just off one verse, I guess, so per se. But they were recommending me Matthew 5. So I'm gonna read that. Brother Rob also mentioned some verses that I should read. Let me see if I can get that off my phone. Um, so after some digging, I found the verse that Brother Rob wanted me to read. He said it was a good read. Apologies if I pronounced this wrong, but Sirach 2:1-1. Gonna read both of those. And yeah, Matthew 5. What do I expect out of this? I don't know, to be honest. Let me just give it a quick glance because I have it bookmarked since I've got the book. Had it saved just for this moment. I see teaching about the law, teaching about anger, teaching about adultery, teaching about divorce, teaching about oaths, teaching about retaliation, love of enemies. So that's all for Matthew 5. This sounds interesting. Teaching about adultery, love your enemies. It seems like there could be some lessons learned here, and I'm kind of excited. Teaching about anger is going to be very interesting because I tend to not show my anger a lot. That sounded so corny, but like I'm a very relaxed person, but sometimes I have trouble of showing that I'm upset about things. So hopefully that gives me some clarity as to the other verse. So Sirach 2:1-1 is duties towards God. I think that's gonna be an interesting read. I think I'm gonna start with Sirach first and then go to Matthew 5. Um, Obviously, as a disclaimer, and I know this personally, like I'm not born yesterday. One verse is not gonna encompass the entire Bible, or a couple verses even, or chapter. But I would like do the best that I can to just go based off what I'm reading and not let it skewer my whole point of view or view of the entire Bible. But still, this is a new experience for me. Like doing this while it's being recorded is very interesting. But I'm excited. I don't know what to expect. Like really, I don't know. I don't know. Like I never really read like religious literature just like that. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting read. And I think I'm gonna start now. And what else? Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm ready for anything. So I read both. I thought it were interesting. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just like try to give it another reread, just highlight some important things that I thought was interesting, and then yeah, I'll just speak about that. So I've read both. Um, I got some comments, some quotations, I guess that I would like to go over. So first, I'll start with Sirach. Sirach. Duties towards God. He says on 8, you who fear the Lord, trust Him, and your reward will not be lost. I thought this whole section was just like very. It kind of gave me a little motivation. Like I feel like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like it felt like I feel like it turns anybody religious. I could see why Brother Rob wanted me to read this section. It gave me motivation. Let us fall into the hands of the Lord, and not into the hands of men. For equal to His majesty is the mercy that He shows, which I thought was powerful. And that was the end off. That ended it off right there. It just shows that like everybody gets the same. I think that's what was trying to be said. Going to Matthew 5, I thought Matthew 5 was really good. Let's start with the smiles of salt and light. It says it just mentions that like just the light, like he uses light as figurative language. Like they don't light a lamp and then put it under a blanket. It is set on a lamp stand. Like the light is, you don't put a blanket over a lamp. You let it stand. You let it shine. Basically, your light must shine before others, that they can see your good deeds and glorify your heavenly Father, which is cool. So it's like you set the bar. Basically, is what I'm interpreting. I think you set the bar with your light and let other people see how bright your light is. And he talks about teaching about the law. I've come to abolish the law. I do not think that I have come to abolish the law. I have come to fulfill it. Like he's, pardon like the wording, but for lack of better words, he's like I'm standing on business. Like he came here to fulfill what needs to be fulfilled. Teaching about anger was good. Of course you should not kill. If you're angry with your brother, it's about anger with your brother. if you bring your gift to the altar and you recall that your brother has anything against you, leave your gift there at the altar. Go first and reconcile with your brother. Then come and offer your gift, which I thought was powerful. And it's like you will not be released until you paid your last penny. So like you focus on reconciliation instead of just holding grudges. You know, talked about adultery. I think this is definitely more figurative language because this was like if your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. It's better for you to lose one of your members than to have your whole body thrown into game, which I think it's hell probably. Um, so I think it's obviously not. It's obvious. I think it's figurative language. Like if you hang around with the wrong crowd, stop speaking to that crowd. You know, if you think there's bad habits in your life, stop with those habits because those habits can and take you with them. You know, in a way. It talked about oaths. Do not swear. Do not swear at all. Do not swear by your head, and let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything more than that is an evil one. I think that's a powerful one because like be truthful with the things you say. Like you don't have to do things. You don't have to say yes or say no. If your yeses mean yes and your no's mean no, like you don't have to swear. Like just not lie. Don't lie. You know. Teach them about retaliation. Offer no resistance to the one who is evil. Give to the one who asks of you, and do not turn your back on the one who wants to borrow. I think it's just like just let God judge. Let God let him, I guess for lack of better words, let him do the retaliation. Love of enemies. I thought this was a good one. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your heavenly Father, for he makes the sun rise on the bad and the good, and causes the rain to fall on the just and the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what recompense will you have? I thought that was a really good ending right there for that chapter. Because like there's a lot of bad people in this world, there's a lot of good people in this world, but we're all under our heavenly Father. So I thought that was like very powerful because like it's not you to love to hate your enemies or to do punishment. It's a higher power for that to happen. So you shouldn't have any hate in your heart towards other people. And after that ends basically the readings that I read from the Bible. And honestly, I thought they were good. It was definitely as expected, very dense. I mean, I only read a couple pages, but there was a lot to open, I guess, like a lot to unpack. And I see why, like it took me 2 tries. I read it once, then I read it twice. After I started marking stuff in it, after reading it twice, I've seen new things just off a couple pages. And I know I can't assume that the entire Bible is like this, but like I think it's an enjoyable read and a very powerful one. I feel like I am kind of speaking, to not to a higher power, which is terrible. It's terrible wording, but like I feel like an interconnectedness as I've read, and I enjoyed it. Will I read again? Maybe not the Catholic one, since I'm Christian, but I'm glad that Campus Ministry gave me this for free. Let me get a glimpse of this. Thank you, Brother Rob, for giving me that verse, because that was very, very motivational. Yeah. It's weird because I don't know what I was expecting, but at the same time, I kind of did. But yeah, I thought it was enjoyable. I'm gonna try to actually like start reading more religious pieces like the Bible, and see if I could get that spark in me again.